Having you.
All right. I hope everybody still has a little bit of attention left. And man, what a great afternoon, just filled with incredible information. Jim Simmons, Joe Wise, Tim Reset, Marina the Trader Chick. I always love being on Trader's Corner. Really, trading is my passion. And I have a really exciting presentation. That's why I'm asking if you could just give me about 30 or 40 more minutes of your attention. My presentation today is on the AI Auto Trader. This is a fully automated strategy that really uses cutting edge technology. It leverages AI technology, uses pattern recognition, and it continuously optimizes its own parameters to adapt to ever-changing market conditions. This is a screenshot, an image actually. This is a live chart of the workspace. And this is a system that will simultaneously trade 6 instruments, really an unlimited number of instruments. We're using it on 6. And my presentation today is I'm going to show you a little bit about how we were able to accomplish these results, just like you see on my screen today. So I'm going to switch my screen real quick, and then we'll come back to the charts. My PowerPoint was acting up just a little bit. Okay, I just want to get the CFTC out of the way real briefly. It's important to know that I'm not a licensed trade advisor. If you're not familiar associated with the risks with trading, please consult with a licensed financial advisor. This presentation is for educational and demonstration purposes only. So with that being said, I want to start off, and I always see other presenters use testimonials, and I always squirm in my chair. It's a little cheesy, I feel. But the first thing I do when I go to Amazon and I'm ready to check out, I say, well, wait a minute. Before I pull the trigger, let me see what other people's experience has been. And I think that Marcy, who's one of our members, her testimonial not only is 100% genuine, but I think it's going to be an experience that will be very similar to your own if you decide to come aboard. And I'm going to keep it the testimonial short because I know it's been a long presentation and I want to keep your attention. But what Marcia's experience was, and it's important to know that she was a complete newbie. Okay, we have a beautiful community of traders that range in experience level anywhere from professional to complete newbie, somebody who's totally green, that doesn't know what a futures contract is. That was Marcy. She came in not knowing what a futures contract was, had never traded a prop account, and she asked me, what I thought. I have the privilege of answering the phones here at Right Line Trading, and she called in and inquired about some of our products and services, and told me she was a newbie, and if I thought maybe a discretionary system or an automated system would be the best way to go. It's a difficult, at first, it's a difficult question to answer because you don't know what somebody's interests are. But knowing from experience what most of our newbies have to go through to learn to be successful and consistent and profitable can be very time consuming, frustrating, and expensive, to say the least. So I immediately recommended the automated system, and Marcy picked up on it like somebody was really absorbed the information very quickly. She was very eager to learn how it worked and how to trade. And I think that's one of the secret ingredients to her success. But let me say this, as a complete newbie to getting 16 funded accounts with Apex, it took her about 2 months, 60 days. So she took about, I want to say about 60 or 70 evaluations and got 16 funded accounts and maintains those funded accounts, maybe even more important. So now you have a brand new trader that within 60 days of trading has 16 funded accounts and is getting results that would have normally taken somebody else on a discretionary basis years. to be able to accomplish those goals, those accomplishments. So she talks about in her testimonial how the system, the AI auto trader, shortened her learning curve, how she was able to achieve 16 funded accounts, and she was very grateful for our team. And it's important to know that it's not me alone behind the screen here pulling the switches and flipping the levers. I'm part of an extremely talented, experienced team. I think one of the main things that distinguishes right line trading from our competitors is we actually trade the system on the right edge of the chart every morning. We develop software, so obviously our goal is to provide our members with an edge over all other retail traders. Being able to have a system that helps predict the future direction of price is very valuable information. And our live traders do a great job of leveraging our signals on a live market. If they have a bad if they have a bad day trading, there's no hiding from it. There's no hiding from it. So we have 3 live traders, our futures traders, Mr. Craig Emery. We have a great prop trader, David Kushner, and our options trader, David Wise. All 3 have extremely distinguished performance records, track records. Behind the desks, we've got several team members we have several team members that have their master's degrees. The owner of Right Line Trading, Mark Miller, has an MBA, and he's a U.S. Army vet. And I could say he's a great guy. He's a God-fearing man. And he's brought, most importantly, those core military values. And he's brought those to our team, and he insists that they shine through in every department here at Right Line Trading. And what I'm referring to as those core military values is honesty, transparency, and integrity. And that is at the forefront of our company's policies here. So along the way, we've really been blessed. Over the past 14 years, we've really built a tremendous following of traders of all experience levels. And if you decide to come aboard today, you're going to be part of our trading family. And our trading family, as I mentioned earlier, ranges in experience level from anywhere from the complete newbie to a professional traders who are actually in this niche, that loved our software and purchased it, and they are very active contributors in our community, and we're very grateful for that. Sometimes I always say there's power in numbers, and sometimes hearing from other people what's working, even sometimes more important, what's not working, so we could kind of sidestep those speed bumps, is very valuable information. Anthony did a beautiful introduction, but I just want to introduce myself, the kind of put a face on the voice that you hear in the background. My name's Rory Powers. I'm a Syracuse University graduate, and I reside down in South Florida. My passions are trading, of course, and saltwater fishing. I love to go fishing. I live down by the Florida Keys, and I'm proud to say that my best catch, the best catch of all time, was this beautiful woman here that I call my wife. And God is my witness, is my wife. She's a beautiful Haitian American. She's a half marathon runner. And you can see the legs on her. She can run fast. It's a miracle I caught up to her. But anyway, we have 2 beautiful kids. We have a 5-year-old and a 19-month-old. And the other picture is my other passion. Family is always first in my mind. But I love saltwater fishing. On a recent fishing trip, Mark Miller and Sergio Oluque Rodriguez, he's our software developer. We went on a fishing trip and we caught a beautiful grouper and some snappers and a few other fish. So saltwater fishing is really my passion. So the genesis of the AI auto trader, and I'm going to jump to my next slide, because the genesis was frustrations of inconsistent results. And man, that's really our as traders, I've had the privilege really of talking to so many traders over the years, and we all share in these common, pitfalls or speed bumps or frustrations in our trading journey. If you've had problems with consistency, I can assure you that you are not alone. You're not alone, and it's important to know that. And 99% of the time, it's not your fault, and it's not my fault. I'm the biggest culprit. Let it be known to everybody here that I'm a little different than the previous presenters because I can't say that I'm a great trader. In fact, if I have to be completely honest about it, I would have to say that I'm a terrible trader. Why am I a terrible trader? Well, they call it in trading emotional problems. When I first heard somebody say that, hey, you probably got some emotional problems. I thought to myself, I pictured a guy laying on his psychiatrist's couch with his feet propped up, telling the good doctor how it all went wrong in his life. But that's not what they're talking about when it comes to trading. When it comes to trading, these emotional issues, they're human. What it is our human emotions. Okay, human emotions is our biggest pitfall as traders. To give you a perfect example, I'm somebody that loves to squeeze my stop. If I see that P&L, and that's my big problem, is I look at the P&L. If I see that P&L start running up those green numbers, man, do I get excited. And the first thing I do, it's almost a reflex. It's a reflex. I grab that stop and I drag it up and I lock in that profit just to get wicked out and watch the trade continue in the direction of my entry. And I've left hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on the table, or vice versa. If a trade starts going against me, even if the technicals are all still lined up perfectly, I'll bail out on the trade. I'll see that P&L turn red and, I start squirming in my seat and I start sweating a little bit because I don't want to lose my money. Very simple. But these emotions, and I was right here on Traders Corner when Chris Vermeulen, Chris Vermeulen did a study. He's a professional trader. He did a study on personality traits as it relates to our trading. And what he found was, as humans, we all share about 10 or 12 personality traits. We all have a different degree of each one of the traits. There's the emotional, there's an analytical, there's a driver. There's 10 or 12 core personality traits that we all share with a certain degree of each one of these traits. Well, come to find out, Mr. Vermeulen had found that 10 out of 12 of these personality traits just don't lend well to being a good trader. So listen, I'm going to blame it on my old man here, on my genes. And I was just, my genetics, it just doesn't lend well to being a good trader. And listen, the benefits of this AI auto trader is it eliminates all human emotion. Listen, so that's really the big one, is those human emotions get eliminated. And there's also a few other problems that are mentioned on my slide, but it's important to know that it all leads to the same place, that cold, desolate feeling of blowing a trading account. I've said it before. I've gone to bed, at night talking to myself because I blew out another trading account. And there were moments, there were days of glory that I did extremely well. And I thought that I had turned the corner on my trading career, only to find out a few days later that the same thing happened again and again, which really, if you think about it, is the very definition of insanity. If we continue to do the same thing and expect different results, then we may very well have emotional problems for real. So this is the genesis of the AI auto trader. And it has become not only my commitment, but my team. We work extremely hard at this uh, to bring forward a product of value. So if emotions are getting in your way and have been getting in your way of your trading career, stay tuned because I'm going to show you a solution. We've narrowed it down to two things that we believe is going to create trading success. Number one, we have to have the proper tool set. Remember, we're competing against the other retail traders. We want to have something bigger and badder and more powerful than the other guy, the guy that we're trading against. Unfortunately, we're in a battle, we're in a war. So we want to have a weapon that's more modern, that's more technologically advanced, that's more powerful to get the job done. Imagine, just as an example, imagine trying to do a mathematical problem, and you have to multiply four 5-digit numbers and then divide it by three more numbers that are 3 digits long as well. And if you had to do it on paper versus punching it in a calculator, well, obviously, if you can punch those numbers in a calculator, you're going to get the answer in 1 second. And the guy who's using his own, smarts, he's going to be struggling. He'll come up with it sooner or later if he's sharp, but he's not going to get the answer not nearly as fast as using a calculator. Well, that's kind of what this AI auto trader is. It's a calculator that's processing an enormous amount of data and making the decisions for you that are all data driven with no human emotion. So ideally, we want to have a more powerful tool. And because we suffer from these personality shortcomings when it comes to trading, we want software that can automatically get us in and get us out at the most ideal, most opportune times. And that's what I'm going to be showing you with the AI Auto Trader. It's important to know that we're in the midst right now of an AI revolution. I've heard other people, equate it to the invention of the automobile. Really, I think we're just scratching the surface of the full capabilities of artificial intelligence. I watched a conference a few months back. The gentleman who's the CEO of NVIDIA, his name is Huang, and he talked about this new technology. NVIDIA happens to own like 90% of the market share of AI technology, of the chips. And we've seen NVIDIA in just this year alone go up 200%. So we're just scratching the surface on the capabilities of this AI and how different businesses can leverage it to become more efficient and increase production. So the benefits of using our AI Auto Trader, I've really just touched on them, but I'll run through them real quickly, and then I'm going to go into detail about how this system can help you. Number one, it eliminates all your human emotions, just like I had just mentioned. We have proprietary technology that I'm going to explain very briefly that will optimize the placement of your stop and your profit targets. Now, I was listening to the presentation, and I heard one of the presenters say, an automated strategy, is a little unreliable because it'll only do well in certain market conditions. And that's a 100% accurate statement. But this new technology that's come out now has changed all of that. That was always the knock on automated strategies. They're only good in certain market conditions. If the market's trending, man, I make a bundle. But the minute it gets choppy or it's ranging, I get chopped to pieces and I can't make money. It's inconsistent. And it's important to know that the technology that we've integrated into this system will dynamically, automatically optimize its own parameters based on market conditions. Okay, that's the big difference. Not only is it going to optimize the placement of its stop and its profit targets based on the average true range of the market, it's also going to optimize the trading hours that it trades. And a little bit more about that later. That's really interesting topic. So the self-optimization of inputs is huge. And this technology that I'm going to show you today does just that. If you're a prop trader, stick around. I'm going to show you a system. I like to refer to it as prop trading on steroids. Whether you're trying to pass an evaluation or once you've passed the evaluation and you want to sustain funding, we've got some customized templates specifically designed for prop traders. So a little bit about what we're trading. As I mentioned earlier, we're trading 6 instruments leveraging the AI Auto Trader. We're using extremely liquid instruments. The bid-ask spread on these instruments is minuscule, minute, very liquid. We're trading the futures index equities, the ES, which is the 500 futures. These are all futures now. The NASDAQ, the Russell, and the Dow. It's also looking at crude oil and gold. So we've diversified our portfolio of strategies to really keep a finger on the pulse of the market. And what I mean by that is, our software is designed to take trades in the direction of institutional money. Listen, they're the ones that are controlling the market. They control which way the market's going to go, up or down, just because of the sheer volume and money that they're putting in to their orders. So we want to follow along in the direction of the trend that they're creating. What we've found is that we're trading in a very news-driven environment where market conditions can change extremely fast. Throughout the week, if you follow, your charts, on Forex Factory, I look at the calendar every morning before I start trading, and I want to know at what time which report is coming out so I can take the necessary precautions. And so what I'm getting at is what happens is when these economic reports come out, these large institutions, they want to transfer their assets, their equity, from one asset class to the other based on these reports that are coming out. They want risk to be at the lowest. They don't want to take any risk. So they're going to, based on these news reports, put their money where risk they deem as being the lowest. So we have a system that keeps the finger on the pulse of the market and is only going to trade the most probable entries on a number of different instruments. So I want to highlight some of our most profitable ones. The ES, the S&P 500. We've got a strategy that's trading a 5-minute bar, and we also have one trading a 30 range, a 30 range bar, and a 6-unit Renko. We have 3 different data series to trade the E-mini. The one I'm going to show you now is called the cash register. And this one here, and I'm doing a recap of the month of September. And this has been kind of the norm on a monthly basis. The results I'm showing you are based on one contract after commissions. So after commissions were deducted, trading one contract on the ES on my 5-minute strategy, this strategy in the month of September was able to pull in $3,591.44. We have a member of our community named Robert. Robert is also a professional in this niche, and his expertise happens to be in strategy optimization. And he shared with our members a strategy that he spent quite a bit of time on optimizing with his tools. And he shared with our community a strategy that in the last 30 days now is up over 17,000. But when I did this slide, he was up $14,600. Now listen, it's important to know that these are not back tests, okay? This is data that's on a live market. And I think that's very important to distinguish that. This data is all taken on a live market, and this happened to be shared with us from one of our members. So $14,604 with that 30 range. Another one of our more powerful strategies is on the NASDAQ. And man, you could take your pick on the NASDAQ. We've got some really powerhouse strategies. We've got our retirement plan strategy. That trades on a 2-minute data series. And then we have a little bit more of an exciting strategy that trades on an 8-unit Renko. So different data series, a little variety, but the retirement plan, right around our average, trading one contract, $3,126.76 after commissions. And that's the NQ retirement plan. Now, a lot of people ask me, hey, what does this look like on backtesting? Because you can backtest these. And we did a backtest. Actually, Robert, our member of our community, who is the gentleman I just described, ran this backtest for us from January 1st to August 15th. It made about $39,000. Backtesting is not as reliable as forward testing, and I just want to put that out there. So we really don't put that much weight in the backtesting, but we do average about $3,000 a month, or have been, trading one contract on those strategies. So let me just highlight our prop trading program. We have our custom prop trading templates, and I'm going to start with the evaluation. The evaluation, if you have any questions, if you put them in the questions panel, I'm going to get to them. I'm going to do my best to get to them before the end. That's very funny, John. John says, I'm not gonna repeat that, John, but that's funny. Okay, so if you have a question, I promise you, as soon as I'm done, I'll get to it. So back to the prop trading. Everyone knows if you're a prop trader, most prop accounts, there's 2 stages that you have to go through. Number 1 is the dreaded evaluation, where you have to make, on a $50,000 account, you have to make $3,000 before you lose $2,500. So you got $2,500 of wiggle room to make $3,000, okay? And that's your evaluation. And it's a pass or fail. You're not going to make any money. You're either going to pass and move on, or you're going to fail it and have to repeat it, okay? We've come up with a strategy that really significantly shortens. Remember Marcia, 16 funded accounts in 60 days. And one of the ways we were able to significantly shorten that time to get the PA account, or the performance account, was with this 1-day pass templates. These are templates that will take the maximum number of contracts. For example, a 50,000 account, you could trade 10 contracts, and it will take the minimum amount of ticks necessary to reach your profit goal. In this example would be $3,000 or 60 ticks. We need 60 ticks trading 10 contracts. So what we do is we run our AI technology. We find the time of the day that this strategy is the most profitable, and we let it run for that 30 minutes out of the day, and we go to pass the evaluation with 1 trade. All right, so that's the spirit of the 1-day pass. To give you an idea of the performance of our 1-day pass templates, in September, number 1 was crude oil. Crude oil had a 77% win rate. We have a few others that are right around 50%. We have them on all the instruments. And we share in our Discord community every single week what the percentage is of the win rate. So you know which ones are hot and which ones are not. So with a 77% win rate, and I'm somebody that likes to, kind of under promise, but over deliver. I want to over deliver. So let's say, and I'm just trying to do the math now, let's say we bought 3 evaluations, and they were running an 80% sale. Hey, Rodney. We were running an 80% sale on Apex, and we were able to get the accounts for $33, which is, normally what it is. So we buy 3 accounts for $100, and let's say our win rate's 33%, 1 out of 3. In reality, I think it's higher than that, okay? But if we were to pass 1 out of 3 for $100 in one day and move on to our PA account, well, hey, that really saves us a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. And it gets us to the next stage very quickly. So we have those 1-day pass templates for prop traders. This is our NQ, which was about just under 52%. It was 51.85%. And then once you get funded, we change up the strategy just a little bit. We want to sustain the funding and maintain it, sustain it. We want to get you payouts without blowing out your account. So obviously we're not going to be as aggressive. We're not going to scale it up to the 10 contracts. We're going to trade maybe one contract, or maybe even some micros. And we're just going to get you a nice modest gain each day without taking a big risk. And that's what the PA templates are designed to do. In the month of September, trading one contract, our PA template made $1,780. You could see a beautiful equity curve with very, very little drawdown. Drawdown is our enemy, trading prop accounts. So we have these prop account templates that are part of our portfolio. So I'm going to do this. This is the part of my presentation where I kind of explain the logic, because I think it's important. And a lot of presentations don't do this, but I want to do it because I want to show you the logic and the technology that we're using. So this AI technology that I had spoke about earlier, that will put your stop and your profit targets in the most ideal places. It leverages pattern recognition. Wow, what is that? And it optimizes your trading hours. Well, how does it do that? How does that work exactly? Well, it's important to know that we didn't know either up until a few years ago. We were in collaboration with really a world-renowned AI lab, and we went to school and we learned it. Sergio, God bless him, he's our coder. He went with, over the years, I've been working with Sergio for going on a decade now. And, he could code complex algorithms. He does code based on mathematical modeling. And now it's evolved into leveraging artificial intelligence into our code. And how do we do it? Let me show you. Let me bring over the results first. Every single one of our bots runs in tandem with what we call a drone. The illustration that I'm showing you is in the month of October. It broke down by the half hour of the day, what times of the day that it did the best, okay? And these red bars, obviously, they represent, those are the times of the day that the strategy got killed. These green bars are the time of the day that it did well. And we run that over the course of several months. And this time optimization, we've learned, is a very powerful tool. So with each one of our drones, let me back up just for a minute. Each one of our bots runs in tandem with a drone. The drone is going to do basically what you would picture a drone. You picture a drone flying up above a plot of land and scoping out the land, to see what it all looks like from above. Well, the drone does the same thing in the market. We have the drone taking a trade with a huge stop and a huge profit target, and it's sharing a database with the bot, and it's telling the bot what the average true range of the market is. And it's looking at, in NinjaTrader talk, which is a little hard to understand, it's the maximum forward excursion. What is your maximum forward excursion? And what is your maximum adverse excursion? How much heat are you taking on the trade before it went forward that much? And looking over a 30 trading sessions, it's a lot of data. I mean, it's a tremendous amount of data. But using that data, it will automatically dynamically place your stop and your profit targets in the most ideal locations. Now, what we've learned is in this fast moving market is not to do such a far look back. Is to do a little bit of a smaller look back to allow it to adjust a lot quicker, is what we're doing now, and we're having a lot of success doing it. So if I go to my strategies and I bring over a new strategy, what it's going to do, to give you an idea, is automatically it's going to add in trading session hours based on performance. So not only is it telling it where to place its stop and its profit target based on the average true range of the market, now it's also telling it, hey, between 1 and 2 o'clock or 2:30 in the morning, over the course of the last month or so, it's been crushing it. Not so good during these times, but then again at 9, between 9 and 10, or 9 and 9, yeah, 10 or 10:30, it does well again, and then it has a third hour over here. So what it will do is it will add trading session hours automatically based on historical performance. And a lot of these really correlate with the London Open, I found. Usually about an hour after the London Open or an hour after the New York Stock Exchange opens, and then going into even the Asian Open at night. We get some really good times of the day on these on this diverse portfolio of strategies. So this technology is going to only trade when historically it does well. The other parameters that I wanted to highlight was not only our pattern recognition, which is extremely powerful. It's important to know that we trade this system live every morning on YouTube. The owner of Right Line Trading, one of the core values that he's integrated is transparency. How can you be more transparent than actually trading it, on a live market every day on YouTube? And that's what we do every morning. And I want to invite everybody here today. Join us tomorrow at 9:30 at the market open. It's completely free. We do it every day. Join us and see this system run on a live market. And let me tell you, the results it gets, you just can't do it on a discretionary basis. So the pattern recognition, the markets are very symmetrical. Throughout the trading day, there's candlestick patterns, such as the engulfing pattern with the bearish engulfing, the bullish engulfing, a hammer, the Harami cross. The system over the course of time learns these patterns and knows whether to exit the trade or enter a trade based on certain patterns that constantly form during the course of the trading session. Now, almost, just as important as where we get into the trade is how we manage the trade. What Sergio has done was he has coded directly into the strategy parameters this trade management feature. So it's not looking at your charts at all. Everything is off of the strategy, including trade management. So this trade management that we have has a number of ways that we can lock in profits. We can go for very ambitious profit targets and lock in profits along the way. We had one of our members just this week share with us what we call the NQ scalper. And I'm going to show you the performance on the NQ scalper. But these trade management features that we've integrated, it gives you a lot of the benefits of trading multiple contracts without the risk. If you're going to trade a 2-contract strategy, the downside is on your loss, it's double. So if you take a loser, I'll put that in for you, Susan. If you take a loser on a 2-contract strategy, you lost twice as much, okay? So what we've done, in essence, is we've taken all of the benefits of trading 2 contracts and eliminating the risk. And what I mean by that is we could take 1 contract on the NASDAQ and let's say put a 50-tick stop loss on it. And we could do a very ambitious profit target of, say, 250 ticks. We could trail the trade by a determined number of ticks. Maybe we want to trade it by 50 ticks and let it mature that way. We can go to break even. Let's say after 100 ticks, we wanted to go to break even plus 75, and we want to lock in 75 ticks. So now our stop is at plus 75. But listen, we still have 250 ticks. We've got 175 more ticks to go to our profit target. Now we have what's called our profit window. If we come within 50 ticks of our profit target, our stop is going to fly down 50 ticks behind price. So we're never risking more than we have the potential to make on a trade. And that's very important to being able to lock in those profits as that trade matures. So we've got very clever ways to manage these trades and lock in profits. Listen, I can't tell you how many members and traders I've talked to. I'm going to put it in, Ricky. You're asking, I have quite a few members asking for the link so you can watch for free on YouTube. And I'm going to put it in the chat box. Just give me a moment. So you'd be amazed how many people say to me, Rory, listen, I've got 10 accounts and I just want to make 100 or 200 bucks a day. And that's my profit goal. And that's all I want to do is make 200 bucks a day across 10 accounts and I want to be done. And you know what? I don't want to have to look at my charts or change anything or babysit. I just want everything done for me. So that's a high order. That's not easy. So with these parameters that I've just showed you, and with having the ability to put a session profit target limit, so if I have for my session profit target $200 and I don't want to risk more than 200, as soon as I make or lose $200, my system's going to automatically stop trading. So we've got some really great trade management features, and I'll just revert back to my prior statement. Entries are very important, but listen, just as important are how we're managing these trades. And man, we've really taken it to the next level. So what difference has this technology made in our results? That's where the rubber meets the road. That's where the proof is in the pudding. With these candlestick pattern recognitions on YouTube just yesterday, we made $4,000 using it on our NQ scalper, trading one contract. This one here in September was up $5,635 trading the NASDAQ, just exiting the trades, giving it a huge stop, a huge profit target, and just exiting on pattern recognition. Did extremely well in September, $5,630. This is the closed loop technology that processes an enormous amount of data to optimize your trading session hours. So here's the NQ scalper. Mr. Steve, another member of our community, has shared with the community a strategy that yesterday in YouTube Live made over $4,000 just in the last month, because now it's gone just about a month. He's just under $20,000 trading this strategy. It does trade two contracts. I want to put that caveat out there. It's not trading one. It's a two contract strategy, but it's very clever. What he does is he goes for 25 ticks on the first contract, and his stop immediately comes to break even. He's on the second. No, excuse me. The stop is still at minus 25. So even if that second contract comes back and stops him out, it's a break-even trade because he took 25 ticks of profit on the first contract. But it's important to know that you're in the trade once you reach 25 ticks on a runner that could potentially make you $1,000 with no risk whatsoever. And man, has it done it time and time and time again. With those trade management features that I highlighted just a few minutes ago, man, we're really turning out some big numbers. So let me go over my special offer. I know I'm coming right up to my limit, and I know it's been a long day. I want to respect everybody's time. And I also want to put that link. I want you to join me tomorrow. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to kind of, remember I told you I'm a terrible trader. Right after I do my offer, I'm going to show my P&L for the last month. So if you come aboard, we're going to do something special for Traders Corner. We always do. It's important to know if you're not somebody that's very proficient at NinjaTrader, if it's all Greek to you, don't worry. We have a team of professionals that not only is going to do a white glove installation, but we're also going to provide you with ongoing support. And what I mean by ongoing support, it's important to know we're not going to send you an email with instructions how to do it yourself, where you'd have to be a Joel Wise to figure it out. You'd have to be a genius. We're going to remote in, and we're going to do it for you, okay? Ongoing throughout the lifetime of your membership. I always like to show at this point, and I saw Joel also. Joel has reviews, and I've seen him on Trustpilot. His members absolutely love him. And, going back to those Amazon reviews, seeing what other people's experience is very valuable. Well, listen, on Trustpilot, we have, about 100 reviews. We're at 4.5%, and people are raving about our AI Auto Trader and our tech support. Okay, and it goes on and on. So we've got excellent reviews. We're not going to leave you in the dust. Every week we do a live webinar now for our members in Discord. Charles does, and he goes over the basics. And you're never going to be left in the dust. We're going to include our prop trading templates. Normally, it's a $1,499 add-on for prop traders. Come aboard this weekend, and we're going to include them for free. All of the one-day pass templates, all of those PA templates, the NQ Scalper, the ES30 Star, we're going to include them all. We're going to include the full portfolio of strategies. Also, if you're somebody that likes to learn exactly how the system works and the indicators, we're going to also include our 2 masterclass modules. The first module goes into each indicator on your chart, each parameter in your strategy. The second one goes into the optimization process and how to build your own automated strategy. You're going to be able to join us, and I'm putting that invitation in the open. You're going to join us tomorrow or Friday, whenever you have time. We're there every day, and I'm going to bring it up over here real quick. Let me go to my YouTube channel. On YouTube, we have a tab here, right here, called the Live. And what I can do is I'm going to create real quick a link for tomorrow. I'm going to schedule the stream very quick, and I'm going to share it with you. So I want you to join me tomorrow at 9:30. It's completely free. You can click on this link and jump in, and I'm going to showcase this system. And it's going to be tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Completely free to join us. And I'm going to put this link right in the chat box for you. So if you decide to become a member, you're always going to be able, of course, to trade the system with us. And we stream the YouTube every morning at 9:30 a.m. Oh, let me put that into everybody. That one's just to the organizers. Sorry. And I've got to confess, I'm going to show you my results in a minute. And I use Joel Wise, who was one of the presenters earlier. I use his trade copier, and man, I love it. It's just incredible. And I'm going to show you the results that I got using his trade copier. But let's get to the offer first. So you're going to join us on YouTube. I put the link in the chat box. And the special that we're running, we're doing the full Monty. We're going to do the full Monty for Traders Corner. We're going to include everything. What I mean by the full Monty is all ongoing updates, all of our strategy templates, full access to every channel in Discord. You're going to get the chart templates, the strategy templates, the prop trading templates. You're getting the whole ball of wax. If we got it, if it's part of the AI Auto Trader, you're going to have it the second you place your order. We do a monthly, annual, and lifetime membership. And what we're going to do for the monthly is we're going to discount it by 200. My associate Brock has just put a link in the room that if you click on that link, use coupon code if you want to try the monthly, it's save $200. Bring it down to $5.99 a month. If you want to go for the annual, it's save $1,000. Normally that annual is $34.99. Use that coupon code, save $1,000. It's down to $24.99. That's $200 a month. $200 a month, and you're going to have, let me tell you something, a real edge, real powerhouse of a system for $200 a month. You'll have a live trading room. You'll join us every morning and trade it together with us. For the lifetime, we're going to do 50% today. We recently raised it, but now we're bringing it back down for Traders Corner. This weekend only, we're going to bring back the 50% discount. Normally, the lifetime is $69.99, worth every penny. And use coupon code LIFETIME, and it'll bring it down to $34.99. Now, the reason I say it's worth every penny, this is what I want to show you. This is where the rubber meets the road. Right in our Discord chat, our members post their daily results. And Simon recently showed his results. He made over $16,000 trading in just one day. $16,000 in one day. Limit Up. Here's Limit Up. Very similar results. Just crushing it using these and the ABC Smart Stop. That's the pattern recognition. The Haymaker. These NQ30 range strategies are powerhouses. And I want to show you. Here's Steve. Steve gave us the NQ Scalper. Look at the date. This was just yesterday or the day before. Many weeks he's been on the NQ Scalper. This was just in one day what he's making leveraging this AI Auto Trader. This is Suzanne, another member of ours, and she's using it in Take Profits, making really good money. So I want to show you, this is the last testimonial, Gary Sparks. There's a lot of other companies, and I don't like throwing mud on anybody. Anybody that I've ever been associated with in this industry is reputable and puts forward a product that they believe is truly going to benefit somebody. And I never throw mud on anybody. And I truly believe every single person that preceded me had that in their spirit and heart. But this testimonial, and I would never say it, but Gary did, and I thank him for doing it. He kind of showed us that he's purchased a number of different vendors' automated strategies, but he puts us on top of everybody else. From his own experience, Gary does not work for us, I assure you. From his own experience purchasing many other bots, he found that RLT kills it. And why he says that, let me show you. What I want to show you with Joel Wise's trade copier. Let me go back to, I'll bring it over here. Using the trade copier, and you'll see if you join me tomorrow, this is Joel's copier, and I absolutely love this tool. But I've used this tool over the last month, and I put into my leader account recently has been the NQ Scalper. And I carry it across 6 accounts. I've been trading these 6 accounts now for the past 3 weeks. And you can see the past 3 weeks, I'm at $15,942. And that's right off my control center. I always like to bring over my performance, just so you see that it's not smoke and mirrors. It's not BS. It's 100% true. Listen, knowing how I trade, I would want to see the proof too. But this is right off of my Ninja Trader. Each and every one of my Apex accounts that I trade live on YouTube Live are the only ones checked. And you can see that I've made $16,000 using this AI auto trader. Every trade has been taken using this trade copier on YouTube Live. So it's more than talk. It's for real. So I want to end my presentation by saying, listen, if you've had pitfalls, if you've had problems with consistency, if you struggle with human emotions in your trading, listen, it's not your fault. You just might not be using the proper tool. I want to tell you that I come today with a message of hope. This technology has the potential to be a complete game changer in your trading career. So I want to encourage you and invite you to come join me tomorrow on YouTube Live and check it out so we could trade together. I want to thank you, Traders Corner, and I want to thank everybody. Wait, I'm just 2 minutes over. Let me just answer just one or two questions. Really sorry, Anthony. I put the link in. Listen, if I can't get to your questions, because I see there's quite a few, there's a lot of questions here. If you'll put your name and your number, only I can see it. And Anthony can see it too. He's with Traders Corner, and he's seems like a really nice guy. But if you put your name and your number in, I'll give you a call and try to do my best to answer any questions that you might have. So I can't get to all of them. I'll just answer one of them. Regarding the rules of prop trading. Ernest asks that many future prop trading firms don't allow automated trading strategies, which is true, Ernest. I've seen that before myself, and we've done our homework on that. And what it is Ernest, what this is considered is a semi-automated strategy. Because our strategy, it's actually considered a self-directed strategy, because in the strategy parameters, we're setting all of the conditions in order for it to execute an entry. So this is not a black box system. If we're going to use our signal B, then we have a set of conditions that have to do with market structure, pivots, the VWAP, a lot of different conditions. We can make these strategies as conservative or aggressive as we want. But because we have the ability to self-direct and pick the conditions of the entry, and then once the trade is executed, our stop and profit target is projected on your chart, allowing you to manage the trade by yourself. That's what they call a semi-automated strategy. And it is allowed, and our members are all getting payouts as long as they adhere to those other rules that the prop firms lay out for us. So that's about all time I have, but I do want to thank you again for joining me. I hope to see you on YouTube tomorrow. Anthony, thank you so much again. It's really, it's always a privilege to be here, and I hope I'll get an invitation to come back.
Rory, thank you. Absolutely incredible. We are very happy with your success, and we hope that our members could join you over there at Rightline. You guys have many great tools. Congratulations to you and your team over at Rightline on developing such a sophisticated system. Ladies and gentlemen, if you struggle with human error, overtrading, inconsistent results, and blowing out your prop or live accounts, that would be me. It happens. Then Mr. Rory Powers over at Rightline Trading has a solution for you to get funded and stay funded. You can learn more by clicking on the link in the chat box. Thanks again, Rory, for making such a generous offer to our audience.
Thanks for having me, Anthony.
Thank you. We appreciate it.